Hello friends. Where are we right now?
Bobby Morris.
We're in Bobby Morris Park.
Seattle.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi guys. My name's Lena. This is my first YouTube video.
I'm leaning in close.
I'm familiar with the camera though. You know, I'm big on the videos. We're currently drinking bubble tea.
Jasmine flavored.
It's really good because sometimes when you get bubble tea, it's really sweet, and you know, it's just all consuming, like just all that sugar, you know, and it's a lot. It gives you that sugar rush. This though is really good. You know, it's got that little bitter tinge at the end, and the boba isn't too sweet either. I mean, the boba could be a little bit sweeter, I feel like, you know, but overall, it's
a little better.
It's just delectable. You know, do yourself a solid and grab yourself a boba
and listen to us talk.
Yeah.
It's actually sunny in Seattle today though, which is a rare occasion. So we're sunbathing in our full coats.
We're trying to catch some vitamin D. That's in the
Yes.
sun right now.
We've decided we're deficient.
Yeah, I really think so. It's, you know, in Seattle, you get that season. I don't know where our viewers are from today, but
Let us know in the comments.
yeah, let us know down below. And we are here today. Basically, you guys know she's going on the PCT in a week or so. Is that correct?
Yes, I leave in 6 days and then start a week from tomorrow.
Pretty crazy stuff we're talking about here. Anyways, I'm sure there's some questions you've all been dying to know. You know, just that hiker terminology that you think you know. You know, you don't really realize you don't know it. Someone asks you what it means, you have no idea. So we're here to answer those questions. Here we go. So I think the overarching question that we've all been wondering, when you say through hiking, you're going to through hike the PCT, you know, you're Vivian, that's what you're going to do. What do you mean by that?
So through hiking is when it's a continuous hike from the start of the trail to the finish of the trail. So for the PCT, it's going to be a continuous through hike from Campo, California to Manning Park in Canada. And that means you don't take extended amounts of time off from the trail. You can take zeros, which is when you take a day off from hiking completely. And so you can take short breaks as you go, but for the most part, you're hiking from Campo to Manning Park all the way.
And what would it be like if you took a night off? Like you'd go into a town or something?
Yeah, that's still considered through hiking. What some people do is they flip-flop, which is where you'll skip a section. So if the Sierras, for example, are too snowy, they'll just move forward to like Northern California or Oregon, and then they'll come back to the Sierras when it's not as snowy, and they'll finish that section.
Oh, that's cool. So you can like pick it back up.
Yeah, and I mean, people like to nitpick that. It's kind of annoying because if you don't do it all in one stretch, people will say, oh, you're not a true through hiker, which is still ridiculous because you're hiking so many miles and you should get that recognition. But
interesting. In the hiker world, there's a bit of competition.
There is, definitely.
So I think we're also wondering, you know, what's the technology situation there? What are you bringing with you? What do you plan to do with that? Yeah, the whole deal.
Well, I have my phone, which I'll be recording videos on and editing in town. I also have a Garmin InReach, which is a satellite device. So it connects to the satellite, and it's a two-way texting device. So people can text me, but I can also text them back. And then it has other features like a compass, a map, and then the biggest feature is it has an SOS button. So if you just press that, you'll get basically evac'd. Someone will come to you and help you and get you out of that situation.
That sounds important.
Yeah, it's very important.
And how do you plan to contact your family? Or just like, do you plan to talk to your family? Or your friends?
Yeah.
Lovers? You never know.
My parents are making me text them every day through the sat phone, so I'll do that, and it also sends them my GPS location so they can track me as I go along the trail, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to communicate that much with other people just because I want to be off the grid sort of, but I will be sending some people, including Lena, letters along the trail.
So sweet.
Yeah.
And so, what does it mean when, I've heard you reference this, your base weight? What are we talking about here?
So your base weight.
Okay, sorry.
I know. You're so serious. Your base weight is basically the weight of your pack and all your gear, but it excludes your food, water, and the gear that you'll have on your body.
So this is like what you'll be carrying with you throughout the
Yeah.
through hike.
Yeah. In sections, I'll be mailing myself some additional gear. Like in the Sierras, a bear canister is required because there's bears in the Sierras, and you have to store your food in that because the bears are smart. They'll eat your food if you just hang it in a regular bear bag.
Those bears, toothpaste,
They'll get
lip
you.
balm, they're coming for it.
Everything, yeah.
And so what kind of bear, are we talking grizzlies,
Black bears.
black bears? And so, do you have any training with them?
No. I've seen some bears.
But you know like how to approach them. I don't know if you're supposed to.
Yeah, you make yourself really big
Uh-huh.
and you scream as loud as you can. You make as much noise as possible.
You fight fire with fire.
Yes. And if worse comes to worse, you punch them in the nose, which is where they have the most sensitivity, if you can, if
Uh-huh.
they charge you. But I haven't really heard of many cases of that happening. So
So you think you'll be. And are you bringing pepper spray?
it's up in the air right now.
Really?
Actually.
Okay, yeah.
My dad wants me to.
For like the human, like,
Yes, for humans.
because you never know who you'll meet out there.
Some bad people in this world.
But a lot of good ones, like you guys.
That's true.
So next question, moving on. Does freeze-dried food really rehydrate to its former state? Like what we're talking avocados, you know. Like I mean,
good
maybe you'll
question.
see when you go out there.
Yeah.
But like, what's it like? You know, you pour the water on it. Does it really just rehydrate?
Yeah, for the no, it's a super good question. I don't know actually about avocados. I have some freeze-dried avocados.
I saw that, yeah.
Which they look super good.
It
right?
looks amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm really curious. I only freeze-dried so many of them, so I didn't actually want to try them out because I wanted to save them for on trail.
That makes sense.
So we'll see. But yeah, different foods rehydrate differently, I would say. Some of them are mushier when you try to rehydrate them, but like curries and a lot of chili-like dishes rehydrate really well. So beans are like a great food to rehydrate. And so is fruit. Like strawberries are kind of mushy when you rehydrate them, but I guess
Like I've had freeze-dried strawberries. I feel
yeah.
like. Yeah. Are there any no-nos? Like any? Don't freeze-dry that. You know.
No, not that I've heard of. Yeah,
You can pretty much you can freeze-dry anything.
Freeze-dry
You can try anything.
people do ice cream.
Really?
Yeah, they
Powdered
sell that
ice
at
cream?
REI. Yeah,
Is that? Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. I
it's
gotta try some
pretty
of that.
cool. You should, yeah. For the dairy, I don't know.
Yeah. Take some lactate. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. So what do you do with like wrappers or waste?
You just pack them out. Pack everything out. Trash is horrible.
Uh-huh.
I hate it. And so there's garbage towns in towns and places where you go.
So when you say pack out, you mean like you're gonna carry it in your pack?
Yeah, so everything you bring into the backcountry, you take out with you. So toilet paper, wrappers, everything. The only thing you leave behind is poop, pee, water, and I guess like when you're brushing your teeth, like spitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Really, that's awesome to take everything out.
Yeah.
Because you want to keep it clean.
Leave no trace.
To wrap it up,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel prepared? You know, when people when people ask you, like, are you nervous or do you feel prepared? Like, or you're excited? What is your thoughts on that? You know,
So many thoughts. I think
can you be prepared?
it's really hard to be prepared because you can have a sense going in, but then so many things can be different and things can change. It's especially hard to know how much food you'll need because you don't know if you'll be super hungry one day or not that hungry the next day, or what the conditions necessarily are out there. And so, like, I'm really excited because I've been dreaming about hiking this trail for so long, but I'm also insanely nervous because it's the fear of the unknown and the unexpected. I've heard so many good things about this trail, and so I'm super excited to meet all the people and have these experiences, and I'm sure I'll have a lot to talk about, but it's also...
We're going to have to do a follow-up interview.
Yes, afterwards.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good idea. But yeah, it's a really hard trail, and
Mentally, physically, all those ways.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think when you hear about it, people's initial reaction. Well, I guess what was your initial reaction when I told you?
I think,
Do you remember?
yeah, my initial reaction was just like immediately picturing myself out there.
Mhm.
You know, deer in headlights, really. I've done some day hikes. I've done some, like, my fair share, you know. But I've never really done backpacking of the sort. So I think a lot of people, when you say, like, I'm doing that, they think they're like, oh my gosh, I could never do that. You've probably gotten that a lot,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But then when I think about it more, I'm also probably went straight to Wild, the movie with
Cheryl
about
Strayed.
Cheryl Strayed and with
Yeah.
Reese Witherspoon, and I still think about that, right? That's like very much so, because that's the only, it's like testimony of the trail
Yeah.
that I've heard and like seen portrayed. So I definitely, like, that colors my view of it. But yeah, so it's probably a mix of that. But I just think, yeah, I'm so excited for you. And now I feel like so much more knowledgeable, you know?
True, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we hope you guys learned something. If you have further questions, leave them down below. We'll be sure to answer. And yeah, if you guys like these, we can do more Q&As like this. And
Yes.
bubble tea.
Where can people find you, Lena, if they want to? Or do you want people to find you?
You can find
Maybe
me
not.
at justagirl on Instagram, j.u.s.t.a.g.i.r_l. And without further ado, we'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye.